What's up? What's up? My illuminated souls. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get a message for the collective. So we're going to pull 3 cards and see what messages are in here for the collective. Anything they might need to know, anything they could be overlooking, any message that could bring any type of clarity. We're just going to get a message for the collective. 3 cards. Message for the collective. I'm going to try to tap into the strongest energies surrounding our collective at this moment. So, the overall energy is the Queen of Wands. I love that. And right underneath is strength. So, the Queen of Wands is someone who is, you know, confident. She's strong. She's brave. She knows her worth. She is someone who stands on business. A lot of times she's very attractive. You know, when we're standing on business and we're unapologetically ourselves, you know, that's when we are the most attractive. That's when people are drawn to us, when we're standing in our power and standing in our energy, right? So that's the overall energy, right? I love that. And the first card here is Judgment. I'm sorry, Temperance. Temperance and Judgment are kind of similar to me, right? But we have Judgment here, right? So now that you're in this energy, you know, things are changing. Things are being decided for you. The playing field is being leveled out. You know, instead of you having to struggle so hard to climb this uphill battle, you know, it's being leveled out for you. And you're being shown a straight path to your abundance, right? And then we have this 5 of Wands, right? So 5 of Wands can be conflict, confusion. You know, if you're not used to being in this energy, if you're not used to receiving these things, sometimes it can be conflicting, right? And even though it may not be like an outer conflict, it may be like an inner conflict because, you know, this version of yourself is different than what you're accustomed to. So you're conflicted on, you know, receiving this abundance, but you deserve every bit of it. You've put in the work, you know, all those years behind the scenes where, you know, you might have been taking little small steps, right? But all those steps added up. And over years worth of time, you've traveled a great distance, right? Mentally, within. You've traveled that distance. You've went the mile. So don't be in a state of feeling like you don't deserve these things. These are the things that you've worked hard for. You know, when God put these things in your mind, when he put these things in your imagination and you're able to visualize it and see it, that's real. You know, that's not just something that, you know, you don't need to pay attention to. These are the things that we need to pay attention to. They're in our subconscious for a reason, right? But when our subconscious view of ourselves and our physical version, you know, don't meet up and align, it causes conflict and confusion, right? So in order for us to have this straight path and for things to be made clear for us, we have to get out of this energy of confusion, right? But how do we do that? Everyone tells you this, that, and the third, but they don't tell you how. How do you get out of this confusion, right? And it's not by physically trying to attack the confusion or physically, you know, going straight towards it, because sometimes we really don't even know exactly what it is. But the best thing that you can do at this time is what? Stand in your power. Stand in your energy. Say yes to what feels good. Say no to what doesn't. Regardless of how you think that may make someone else feel, how someone else may perceive or receive that, that is not your problem or your issue. You know, as long as you're standing on business and you're standing in your power and you're confident in who you are, that will clear up any confusion, right? And that will allow your energy to be clean and clear so that you can see the path ahead of you. Because when you have this confusion, it's blocking your vision, right? When you're confused within your own energy and your own power, you're not able to see the path ahead of you, right? So this is all about just being firm in who you are, standing up for who you are, what you believe in, being strong in that. And that's how you clear the confusion, right? And then we have the Seven of Spears, right? So the Seven of Spears are, sometimes it's like being meticulous, being detail oriented, trying to go about things in a certain way because you may want to keep the peace, or you may want, you know, to try to achieve a certain outcome, you know. But this is also the lies we tell ourselves that keep us confused, right? So we have the universe here trying to work everything out for us and show us the path. But if we're not in the proper alignment and we're confused, you know, we're not able to see that path because of the lies that we're telling ourselves, because we're saying we're not ready, you know, people won't receive it, or what if this, or what if that, all these negative things we tell ourselves, all these, you know, failed scenarios that we play in our head. And none of that is true, you know. And even if you do happen to fail at some things, it is not an end all be all. That is not, you know, oh, I failed and that's it. No, that is a lesson. That is something to take with you to move forward, so that in the future you don't make the same mistakes, or so that in the future you're able to choose, you know, a better direction, or, you know, choose a better path, right? But you can't see that path that's being presented to you if you're listening to these lies of you not being good enough, of you not being ready, of you not being supported, of you not having it, of you not, you know, being in that space. Oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, I'm not ready. No, stop telling yourself these lies. It's causing confusion with the person that you're becoming and that you're trying to be, that the universe is trying to open up this path for, right? Because a lot of people think you have to do all these great things in life to be successful. You have to do this, you have to, when really we are here to be us. Your mission in life is to become you, to become more of who you are and stand for that and be unapologetic. That Queen of Wands energy. That's why this is the overall energy. That's why this is so important, because you need to step up into this energy and silence all this lies. Silence your inner hater. This is your inner hater trying to bring you down, telling you you can't do this, you can't do that, that'll never happen, you're thinking too big. No, you're thinking too small. Like, you gotta think big, bitch. Like, you can't keep yourself small like that. And it causes the confusion where you're not able to see what's ahead of you. So right now, I am saying, stand up for who you are. Stand up for what you value, what you love, what's important to you. You know, once you make a decision, stand on that. Don't worry about if people are going to like you, or if people are going to like your decision, or whatever. As long as you are not outright, like, deliberately causing harm to people and things like that, you know, no decision is the wrong decision. It just is just a decision that changes the course. You know, and either you can make a decision that's going to take you in a good direction and get you to your goal faster and get you aligned with this path, or you can make a decision that might, you know, cause a little disturbance, that might keep you from aligning to your path, which kind of puts you on a little bit of a delay, right? And we don't want delays. When we ask for things and we pray for things, you know, us as people, especially in today's society, we want immediate results. But when you make certain decisions that put you out of alignment, it delays the results that you're looking for. But the work that has to be done is some of the easiest work there is, because it's on the inside. You don't have to physically, oh, I have to go do this, I have to go do that, I have to, no. Everything you need is already right there within you. Everything you need is already there. You just have to go inside and clear out that confusion and silence this inner hater so that you can see what the divine has in store for you. The blessings and abundance that await you, you know? So on that note, I'm going to head on out of here. I hope you all have a blessed and abundant day. And I hope you all stand strong in your power and you reclaim your power and you pull your energy back from anywhere and anyone that has been draining you. And I pray that you get this clarity so you can align and you can step into your season of abundance. Thank you for tuning in. I'll talk to you soon.